Good morning, geeks and gamers. We're here. We're live. Jay's tapping his ear.
I was just checking. I heard a little snap, crackle, poppy. I was like, is that me? Is this just these cheap $2.50 earbuds? Probably. Just having a problem.
Sound like you were getting breaking news.
Yeah,
You're getting great. They're talking to me right now, Jeff. It looks like, all right, we have got breaking news. That's what it looked like. I thought
Bitcoin is now up back to 80,000 when experts said it would plummet to 64 over the weekend.
Thank God. It'd be a pretty tumultuous time. If I had any money invested in anything, it would be a very tumultuous time, and I would be very, anxious. But, when you don't have money to invest, that's one of these silver linings, Jay, is you don't have to worry about fucking stock market up and down, not Bitcoin up and down. Just go under my mattress, get a couple bucks out. I'm good. It's still there. It's still there. But yes, we're here. We're live. I'm tired. We had a long day in the sun yesterday, Jay, but it was for a good reason.
Yeah.
No, we didn't have a beach day. Even though
we weren't driving around in a convertible.
Yeah, we didn't just rent a convertible and drive around. And Jay, you got a big ass cup there. What is that?
It's my old. So I messed up. I was supposed to get the other big cup that I bought yesterday.
That's what I assumed it was.
And I remember, like, as soon as I started, like, freak, I got the old cup that my mom gave me a few years ago. So I'll have to bring it another time. Oh, well.
What did we do yesterday, Jay?
We went to Epic Universe. Special invite. No, we weren't on the media list. No, we didn't get, like, anything like special invite. We just got or maybe that was a special invite. We just said, hey, we'd like to go.
You started this sentence by saying special invite. No, we weren't on the media list. We didn't get any special invite. Like what?
Well, like the people that went like last week got a special invitation. They got an email saying, come stay with us. Come, we're going to give you a tour of all that stuff. It's like, no, that didn't happen to us. But somehow we were able to go. Yesterday.
Luckily, we know a couple people who work there, and they're doing cast previews and things like that. So we were able to get in there yesterday. And you guys went on Friday. I went with you on Sunday.
Yeah.
And it was a long day, but it was fun. It was fun.
What was crazy is me and Krista and Jeremy went on Friday. And before we got there, they told us, look, we can let you in. Absolutely no photos, no videos, no nothing. Just walk around, enjoy the park. That's all you're allowed to do. And then Saturday, the very next day, they lifted some of the restrictions, just some, not all of them. And then when they said, hey, you guys want to come back? So I said, yeah. I mean, Ryan's like, hey, I'd like, I said, Ryan, would you like to go? Ryan said, sure, I'll check it out. We went on Sunday. And then by the time we got there, they said, you're allowed to film more stuff than what we previously thought. So we did a vlog on my cell phone. But we were constantly asking, because there was one time before we get into the whole thing, but I got stopped by the Epic Universe police saying, you can't film over here. Please delete that off your phone. One little area. So we were very cautious on what we were allowed to record, what we weren't allowed to record. And that vlog will be released immediately daily on the Park Hoppin' channel. Me and Ryan. The whole thing.
At noon Eastern, right? As soon as the stream gets done, that vlog's going live. There's been so many requests from the Park Hopping, subscribers. They're constantly like, where's Ryan? We really need to hear Ryan's takes on the theme parks. Ryan needs to come out and do something. So we're like, okay, we'll give the people what they want.
And we did.
I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what happened. So that's what happened. So it's gonna be true.
We did. It was awesome though, man. It was pretty awesome.
And one of the reasons they're so tricky about filming in general was, one, they obviously wanted to control when this stuff started to go out and started to become public, but two, because it's not opening for another month plus. There's still some things that they're working on, right? There's still some things that are even a little bit under construction in some places, and they obviously don't want pictures of that getting out and giving people that's the impression that that's what it looks like when you spend your money and go there. So that's one of the reasons they're being a little bit, hey, make sure you don't get this. You're allowed to film this. Don't film that type of stuff.
Well, yeah, we asked because originally we were like, they said you can't film inside the line queues, and then when we got there, they're like, you can film inside this one. So it's like, okay, cool. And there was others that are like, don't film this one, but you can film that one. Don't film this one, but film that one. So it's like we were very conscious. Like we asked a lot of questions, like what can we film, what we cannot. Like can't film on this ride, can film this, can't film a show, but you could talk about it. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff.
A lot of cool stuff. Super Nintendo World. I know a lot of there's some people in the audience.
Right now, did we start it? Are we starting it?
Are starting what?
The Epic Universe talk?
I feel like we're already like 3 minutes
All right,
in,
we're already in there. Usually we have like a precursor. It's like we got a lot to talk about. Minecraft's coming up. Snow
we got
White,
a lot to talk about, bro. We got Minecraft, we got Snow White, we got a Mission Impossible trailer that just dropped, and we got to give our, just little thoughts. If you want a fucking in detail thing, you're gonna have to go over to Park Hopping, right? That's the hook there. That's the hook. But overall, listen, the 4 worlds that we were excited to go in there and see. I think Isla Burke, How to Train Your Dragon World, is probably going to be a lot of people's favorite, even if they didn't expect it to be their favorite.
Yeah,
the place is awesome. The movies are awesome too, so I hope people watch those before they go.
And I think the big takeaway from the Isle of Burke was the people that we were with. They're like, "All right, come watch this show." And again, me and Ryan are not show people. I don't really go to a theme park to watch a show.
I usually don't like that.
Yeah.
On occasion, there have been some in the past, some shows that I thought were really cool. I brought up the Waterworld show that ran for such a long period of time. I loved that show, especially when I was younger. But I'm not generally like, wait in a line, go in something, watch performers, do a show at theme parks. I'm usually not into that. The How to Train Your Dragon show was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I think people are going to love it.
Yeah. Definitely blown away. Expectations, you kind of like, okay, they did something here.
They've got a really solid coaster there as well.
Yes.
They've got they do have some ones for like the kids too. If you're bringing kids there, they have a good kids ride there. We didn't go on that one because we didn't want to go on the kids ride there. At least they've got one of the water rides that'll take you through the water. You can shoot things, squirt things, all that shit.
A lot of people thought you would love the Harry Potter world the best, but that's not necessarily the case.
I am not I did have a lot of high expectations because I love both the Harry Potter lands that exist already at Universal between Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley. That was probably the most disappointing one for me. Now the ride is going to be phenomenal. So the Escape from the Ministry ride, we've heard some awesome shit about it for months and months. That they're not running that very often right now. I think they ran it on Saturday. They didn't run it Friday or Sunday. So when we were there, we couldn't ride it, but we did walk through the queue. And just the queue alone, it's essentially a 2-scale replication of the Ministry of Magic from the Harry Potter movies. And that's the queues. You're walking through that. You're walking through people's offices. All the pictures are talking. Like, it looks amazing. The queue itself is awesome. The
flute itself, you walk through get the green lights, and all that stuff. That was pretty good.
Right. But other than that, the land itself, it just feels like it's from Fantastic Beasts 2, which takes place in Paris. And it just feels like you're 1920s, 1930s Paris walking down the street. It just doesn't have that same magical feeling that Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade do when you're walking through them. So that was, to me, like, I have no reason to like just kind of hang around in there. At least for me, I don't.
I love Dark Universe, the classic monsters. We did all the rides there and walked through the bar. It was fantastic. I can't wait to experience that when the sun goes down and the flame from the windmill and all that stuff is just out there. And you get to see all the electricity from the Castle of Frankenstein.
Yeah, when the castle's all lit up and you can see the lightning and all that shit. It's going to be, and that ride was amazing. Monsters Unchained. Probably going to be one of the top.
That'll be a ride a lot of people talk about for sure.
It's going to be I think it's going to be people's like top 3 ride type of thing. Maybe in Orlando, not just at Epic Universe.
And then there's Nintendo World. Dun, 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 dun. You go up an escalator, and when you come out, it is Right, Ryan said it best. Overstimulation. It's
Yeah.
overstimulation. It is.
Like, there's
That's a
some
crazy
look,
world.
we got some people in the chat, if you might be just a little on the spectrum, potentially, whatever. It's going to be one of two things. You're going to go over there and it's going to be so much stuff. You're going to have some people that are just going to be like, oh my God, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. And there's going to be some people that are like frozen and just like staring around for 5 minutes and taking it all in, because there's just so much shit between the music and the sound effects and people hitting blocks and coins spinning everywhere, Koopas and Goombas and piranha plants, everything. It's such a great job. If you're a Nintendo fan, you're going to love it in there. I'm not the biggest Nintendo fan, but I obviously appreciated all the people who it felt like their dreams were coming true when they walked through that place.
We did get to ride the brand new Donkey Kong roller coaster.
Mhm.
And that's the only ride that Ryan actually had a little jump scare at. But
I did get,
that's about it.
It wasn't intended to be a jump scare,
No.
but there's a section in the ride where you're going on a mine cart and it looks like another mine cart's coming out like to go. And just look, the park's not up yet. It's not up and running. For a fucking heartbeat, I thought that something was wrong and that somebody else's cart was careening right for us. I thought we were going to get fucking hit and die. And I thought, my God, I've escaped death for this long and I'm going to die at fucking Super Nintendo World at Epic Universe. But no, it was part of the ride. It was completely safe. But yeah,
It's a unique design because you're on a track, but that's not the track that you're on. So just like the video games, hopping over broken rails, things like that. So people were in that. So you'll see in the video we recorded, me and Ryan waited about 7 minutes to get on the line. We got into a special line. Special. And there are other people that were in line waiting over. It said the sign said 95 minutes just to ride that Donkey Kong ride. So that was crazy. People were waiting that long to try that new attraction. So then from Nintendo World, let's see, Isla Burke, and then we did not do the merry-go-round. Sorry, apologies. Maybe next time we'll get around to that.
I would have loved to do that.
But it's not your normal merry-go-round either. It's like it's got places for, big men. And I gotta say, I did all the tester seats. I fit fine. As a big fella, no problem. All right. I can't say that about every theme park, but at Epic, the green light was go. So you sit in a tester seat and you put the lap bar on or whatever, and if a green light comes on, you're good to go. So I was able to ride everything without a problem.
I'm not gonna lie. Every time you sat down in one of those seats, I had my phone ready and waiting just in case you didn't fit. And I
got the red.
It. Yeah, just in case you didn't fit, I was gonna record that shit.
Got the green, man.
Walk of shame.
Green. Yeah, that's what I said, because I didn't do the tester seat for Donkey Kong. And the lady's like, you want to try? I think you're okay. And I was like, Ryan, get your camera ready, because if I get in that seat and I can't fit and I do the walk of shame, you got to record it. It'll motivate me to extend my workouts, an extra hour. So with that walk of shame. But no, fit in it just fine. No problem. And then at the end of the day, me and Ryan shared a beautiful ride on the Yoshi ride at Nintendo World.
It's the one like for kids, like it goes like this fast.
Kids, man.
Yeah. It's for the little ones, What the hell?
I was trying to turn off the green screen and I accidentally blinked. So, but and you get to find little colored eggs. It was cool.
Jay was good at spotting those eggs. Boom. Blue one. Boom.
We actually won at the end. If you find all the right colored eggs, they have a little on the ride. There's a little egg finder. And it's like, once you hit the right color, you get the golden egg at the end. And we got the golden egg.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it was a really good experience. There's some stuff I liked a lot more than I thought I was going to. And, a handful of things were a little disappointed by, specifically, the Harry Potter world stuff. But overall, it was great. Can't wait to go back.
Yeah,
It was cool
it was
getting
awesome.
in there, a little bit before everybody else. So
Exactly. So again, full vlog will be up immediately after daily on Park Hopping. You can go check that out over
it's
there.
like an hour-long vlog.
Yeah, it's an hour. We visited every world. We recorded everything we possibly could record from inside the Ministry of Magic queue line, which you will not believe. Dark Universe, the line queue to get on Monsters Unchained is fantastic. I got as much as they would allow me, as much as Super Nintendo World they would allow me to record. So I think you guys will love it. It's me and Ryan having a time at a theme park.
That's right. Alex McCarthy for 2. Return of Arcade 3PO. Enter code RK Outpost or Drunk 3PO. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, I guess that's how it works for good old Meta PC.
That's right. Go check out Meta PC. You can use the code 199. It's an option. Or you can use the code Drunk3PO. Or you can use the code RK Outpost. See which one gets you a bigger discount. You never know. Kyle Beckman, we watched Minecraft with our 7-year-old, and he loved it. Immediately came home and played Minecraft on the Pro. A pretty good non-woke movie. I will agree that there's no type of, progressive messaging. Like, there's nothing like it's just, to me, it's just a fucking dumb movie.
Yeah.
The kids love it, right? The audience is built for, which is, 20-year-olds and under. They love it. And we are seeing that at the box office. Jay, I have to say, I am very glad that when we talked about Minecraft over the past week, including how bad some of the reviews were for it and things, that we took the time and the effort and specifically said, look, just because the critics don't like this, and just because I think, frankly, it looks like a massive piece of dog shit, it's probably going to do big money.
Yeah.
Because it's at a specific audience. And even though as I have gotten older, I don't think Jack Black is very funny anymore. I thought he was hilarious when I was a kid. His humor hasn't really changed. And kids apparently still fucking love Jack Black because we thought that it was going to make decent money opening weekend. $150 million was the global projection for Minecraft, right? It went a little bit higher than that.
Yeah, a lot.
Minecraft movie strikes gold with record-shattering $157 million. Just domestically.
That's crazy.
And $301 million globally. It doubled the projections. Theaters were packed, and I can tell you, this might not have been everybody's experience, but all the theaters in my area were packed, at least when it got to Saturday and Sunday, were almost completely sold out, kind of front row available type of only thing for most of my theaters. And when you went to the movie, people were quoting the movie, people were cheering, people were screaming, people were clapping. And by that, I mean the kids there, right? That's who it was. And holy shit, it is massive. Warner Brothers' A Minecraft movie, made with help from Legendary Pictures, struck gold with a record-shattering $157 million opening domestically and $144 million overseas for a global start of $301 million. At best, the $146 million 3-day launch of Universal Pictures' Super Mario Brothers movie over Easter weekend. Now, that's a little different because it didn't have a preview night. It opened on Wednesday, so Wednesday and Thursday counted kind of separately. The 3-day opening was just Friday, Saturday, Sunday, with nothing counting from Thursday. So it's a tough kind of one-to-one comparison for those movies that had different openings, but similar. We're talking about similar results between this and the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's huge.
Yeah, and also it's starting TikTok trends, things like that. Young people are going and recording certain parts of the movie and posting it on TikTok, which is it's just gonna bring more people to the theater to be a part of the trend. Chicken jockey. Every time you hear the word chicken jockey, everybody went crazy. They throwing pies and popcorn and licorice and all kinds of stuff in the theater. Some theaters even are saying, please don't do that when chicken jockey comes up.
Yeah, look at this one. We'll show you one.
Chicken crazy. They're rioting in the streets.
I mean, it's
for chicken jockey.
Bro, like the police are having to come at times for this shit. Right? Like,
there they are.
This is a different showing.
Okay, snitch.
They're the police.
People getting
I haven't seen that kind of screaming.
Out.
Yeah, I haven't seen that kind of screaming since like Endgame. Or maybe the Spider-Man movie.
Bro, it's like the reaction when fucking Chris Evans picks up the damn hammer.
Exactly. Yeah, we lost their mind. Freaking chicken jockey's gonna change the world. I don't know. But like with trends like that, young people are gonna go see it over and over and over and over again, just to get that kind of like have a fun time with their friends over chicken jockey. You said in your theater other people screamed as well.
So
when he said I am Steve, right?
For me, when Jack Black appears, and then everybody am Steve. Yeah. They also cheered for the first we mine, then we craft. And then everybody said, let's Minecraft. Cheers afterwards. And they nailed it with their target audience. I think the movie's awful. Like, just because movies are for kids and kids love them, I don't think always means it's like a good standalone movie. For instance, we just talked about How to Train Your Dragon. Those are, children's animated movies. However, I think those are great movies in and of themselves. Something like Puss in Boots' Last Wish from a couple of years ago. There can be great, children's movies. We've seen Disney come out with a lot of them, decades ago, maybe not so many recently. But this does not qualify as that to me. I think the movie could have been way better. As somebody who likes Minecraft and has played Minecraft, I think there are other things they could have done and still been super successful. However, who am I to argue with these results? Their target audience, which is the younger Minecraft players, and we need to put this out there as well. Just because something, doesn't appeal to us or something doesn't fall into our line, doesn't mean there might not be a massive demand for it out there. You might never see Minecraft YouTubers in your algorithm if you're watching this channel now. And that's fine. There's a lot of people that don't. However, there are dozens and dozens and hundreds, thousands of Minecraft YouTubers. A lot of them have 10, 20, 30 million subscribers that all they do is, it's like 25-year-old dudes who are acting like they're 12 or 13 years old. And all they do is cringe shit the entire day. And they have tens of millions of viewers. That's who this was made for, in my opinion. And
PewDiePie did the whole Minecraft thing, the #1 YouTuber for a long time did Minecraft. But yeah, you're right. Like these Minecraft YouTubers, it's like I should start playing.
Did your mic?
My microphone. Sorry about that. It was a little of a point that probably was pointless and it just shuts off. I don't know. It could be time.
That's all right. But yes, we'll see how well the hold is. The cinema score for it for an animated movie, or not an animated, for like a family movie, was not great. It was not good. But I think that it might not fucking matter. it just might not matter what that cinema score is for this.
Maybe people just want to see a dumb movie. Listen, man, when Dumb and Dumber came out, I watched that thing 6 times back in the day. So you never know. Maybe there's just maybe people are ready. And look, we're getting another Naked Gun film. So maybe the time is now for stupid films. We've been like shoved all this messaging in our face for so long. We're like, we'll take anything. We'll take anything at this point.
And to me, it's just a generic bad movie, right? It's not like, oh my gosh, look at what they're trying to push in this. I just felt that's just a generic bad movie. We've had bad movies since the beginning of time. We've had bad movies that made a lot of money, and that's fine. It knew its fucking audience. It had massive backlash out of that first trailer. They adjusted for that second trailer, and it was received a lot better. which is good on them. And one of the keys here, regardless of what Jason Momoa's politics are or Jack Black's politics, had nothing to do with the promotion of this movie. And it was just all about having a fun time at the theater.
Yeah.
And that turned out to go pretty well for them.
Does it hit $1 billion, Ryan?
We'll have to. It certainly can.
Yeah.
Early on, I thought it was going to be massive. We talked about it on this channel last week. I said I certainly thought it was going to be massive. Don't know if it's going to be $1 billion, but I think it's going to be really big and a huge, profitable, massively successful movie. Now it's 100% within the realm of possibilities that this thing hits $1 billion. Really kind of have to see for the next weekend, see what that hold is like, see how it holds up. But I mean, with a $300 million opening for a family movie that typically has a lot better legs than some, Marvel tent poles or things like that, it is 100% in the realm of possibilities. And it would not be shocking at all if this thing makes 1.2, $1.3 billion.
And we could probably expect a part 2 in the near future.
Yes.
That's what I think.
Yes. I mean, if you watch the end credit scene and you know Minecraft, you know that they may have set it up. And there's a lot of stuff that they just didn't that they just didn't go over. We didn't see a lot of kind of the bosses or whatever. We didn't see the end. We didn't see the Underdrag. We didn't see a lot of this shit. So there's a lot of things they could still do, and I think make a better movie with a sequel. So we'll see.
That definitely probably ended Snow White's box office run for sure this weekend. We didn't hit that 320, did we?
We can read a couple super chats and we'll talk about Snow White.
Yep.
Ministry of Wrongthink, the creator of Schedule 1 is under attack. A rival developer suing over allegations of copyright violations. Haven't played the game and I don't know enough to speak on it, to be honest, Ministry. I've heard a couple people that really enjoy it, but I have no idea whether these things are bullshit or valid or whatever. So, but it's interesting to hear. We'll keep an eye out for it. Space Digger. Every invite for Jay is a special invite.
Pretty much. But I get invited.
Sola Felix for 2. Couldn't think of anything to say. Thank you. Empty-headed for 199. I agree with Josh. Hashtag Jay abandoned morning chat.
Oh yeah, I didn't do my stream this morning. I'm sorry.
He was probably tired.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Shadow saying I see Astrid was blonde in How to Train Your Dragon. She was blonde. All the characters look great there. I still think this live action movie is going to be huge. Even though Astrid isn't blonde, which sucks. But I think How to Train Your Dragon live action is going to be massive. U-Boat is Mine Boat for 5. Can we talk about 1923 season finally? Also, spoiler. All right, so this is a spoiler for 1923, apparently. I have not watched this season of 1923 at all, so this is spoiling me as well. How about the Spencer triple kill? Fucking badass was a decent ending in 1923. I can't talk about it with you because I didn't watch it. Bastard Luigi for 5. Ryan smiling and positive about things as I open the stream. 6 more weeks of winter. I hope it's 6 more weeks of winter.
6 more weeks.
Jeremy's Trump body pillow for 2. Jeremy was my favorite ride this past weekend.
Whew.
Tobias Nexus for 5. I don't know if even Universal would really do an early 40s Paris, even for a Harry Potter theme. France was a little occupied at the time. Well, it's set when the Fantastic Beasts movies are set. And I think the second one is either late 1920s or early 1930s. But yeah, not quite into the 40s there. DMAC for 2. Downs for the win. Jay gets the special line.
I got it. Everybody was happy to be in my special line. That's for sure. Waited 5 minutes instead of 95 minutes.
Special J for $1. Special J for 2. It didn't take updated pick. Well, now it did. There we go. Thank you. Eugenio, check out the AI-generated spoof trailer for Fatland. Hilarious. Haven't seen that one. D Smart for $1. Hail the Fellowship. Are we excited for WrestleMania? It looks like trash, and Daredevil's trash, but the series The Bondsman on Amazon Prime is good. Both of you should see it. I watched the first episode of Mobland, which is Tom Hardy and Pierce Brosnan. I liked the first episode, so I'm going to continue watching that. I hate Daredevil now. It's just gotten worse.
Has it really? Oh man, I'm so glad I didn't start that then, because I wanted it to be so good. I wanted the Punisher in it to be good. I wanted, and I was like, I don't want to get invested and start watching this and then have it,
I've
just
seen
turn out to be terrible. So I'm
we've seen
glad
how
I didn't see a single freaking episode, and people are calling it out as miserable it is. Freaking got no viewership. Nobody cared about the show. It seemed like.
didn't even hit the
So
Nielsen charts at
yeah.
all. Mike Hill for 20 just checked out the new Mission Impossible trailer. They saved the best for last. We're gonna check. You know what? Let's fucking check that out right now.
I'm very
boom, boom,
excited
boom,
about
boom,
this.
boom, 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 da da da, da da da, da da da, da da. Yeah, why don't we let Tom Cruise do it?
Yeah.
So this is it. Mission Impossible, the final reckoning official trailer. Look, we got the teaser. It seems like a few months ago, and I liked what they showed in the teaser. The one thing I didn't like is we never got to hear the Mission Impossible theme song. But this is it. The last one, at least we think. Ethan Hunt, one last ride. Let's go.
This can't all be true.
Every word.
CIA Black Vault break-in.
Am I reading this correctly? The Kremlin bombing? In fairness, the bomb was actually meant to kill him.
He gassed a security briefing.
That was just 2 months ago.
This explains the handcuffs. It's still not clear why he's here.
If we want to bring the world back from the brink, we have to deal with him.
Should he choose to accept?
Smart people on every side are close to panicking.
What exactly is your plan?
Your team has been betrayed, Ethan. All your secrets compromised. Everything you are, everything you've done, has come to this.
You gave him an aircraft carrier? Our lives are the sum of our choices. This is your calling, your destiny. I have no regrets. Neither should you.
I need you to trust me. One last time.
The end of an era, man. The end of an era. I liked Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, which is now just
I loved it.
Dead Reckoning. We dropped the Part 1, and we had the final reckoning for the last one. It did not perform as well at the box office that they needed it to. Now, I don't think it was maybe as good as, say, Ghost Protocol and Rogue Nation and Fallout, but I still thought it was really good. I'm hyped for this. The problem is, we do have to address it. The problem is that this film reportedly costs like $350 million, $370 million, like somewhere in that area. And I just don't understand how they're going to break even from this in general.
Is that for both films?
No, the Dead Reckoning was like 270. Both of these movies, I think, were caught up with a lot of, whether it was strike stuff or COVID delays or things like that blew up some costs. But this one is nuts. The budget for this is insane, like 350,
Holy
375. Crap. And just based on what we've seen so far for the Mission Impossible franchise, 600, 700, almost $800 million returns for some movies. The
there's
idea
no
of
way.
betting on making over $1 billion, I don't think it's a good financial choice. But I can't fucking wait to see it.
I can't either. I'm ready to see it. I love them all.
It's gonna be funny.
They had good ones, they had bad ones, they had, but I love them all.
Bro, it's gonna be funny to see where they just sit down and talk about all the insane shit that
Yeah.
Ethan Hunt has done for the last 3 decades.
Yeah. How long is this movie? Do we have a time? We don't. I don't think we do.
A runtime yet?
Yeah, it's probably it's got to be over 2 hours. I'm assuming.
Over 2? Well, yeah, I would guess somewhere in 3.
You think it'll be a 3-hour ending?
Between 2.5 and 3 hours
Yeah.
would be my guess.
I can't wait. It's May. So it's gonna start the summer blockbuster. That's what he's looking at here. Usually they have a good one in May. Then if he does well,
That's
by the
Memorial
time-
Day weekend, yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
Isn't that when Top Gun Maverick came out?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's Tom Cruise's weekend. Tom Cruise. Man, that's a lot of money. There better be something wild in there for it to cost that much.
Well, I think they had problems with the submarine, like a lot of problems with the submarine, almost like a Waterworld scenario.
Oh.
But again,
Wow.
the cool thing about all the MI stuff is that it's all real shit, right? They're doing real stuff. It's not all this fake shit. And
not
obviously, Tom
CGI.
Cruise does his own stunts. I can't wait for the biplane scenes.
Yes.
And he's hanging on the edge.
So when it's all done, they'll come out with some amazing collector case bundle you could buy. Maybe they'll recoup some of their money that way. Maybe I wonder if there's going to be a theater out there. They probably will. We'll do like a Mission Impossible marathon ticket. We can watch all of them for like 3 days straight. They did that for Avengers Endgame. Like you can watch. They started with Iron Man. It was like a 3-day marathon, and I can only imagine what the theater would have smelled like if somebody actually hung in there, lived off of nachos and hot dogs and soda for 3 days, and they gave I think it was a 20-minute break in between films, and they just let it go, boom, boom, boom. So people are up at 3 a.m. Doing the whole thing. I don't know what they gave to him. I think they got a poster when it was all said and done. So you get like a poster. I was there. I did the marathon. So I wonder if we'll have a Mission Impossible movie marathon that you could buy. Special ticket, and then you'll be the first one to watch the final film. Imagine surviving that. Imagine what it smelled like.
I don't know. I
Should I
can't
give it
think of
give it a ride? Should I give it a chance? You
I
wouldn't see
can't
me
think
for-
of like a popcorn bucket or something that they would do for it. Like, by the way, Minecraft, we didn't talk about this. Bro, AMC is selling this $50 meal pack that comes with a little popcorn bucket tin that's a different Minecraft cube, whether you want to fucking dirt, diamond, gold, crafting table. They've like got 12 or 13 different options. Comes with a little stuffed dentist dog, and comes with a cup, a Minecraft cup with a little topper on it. They're selling those for $50. They're just selling like hotcakes. Minecraft is so good for the theaters right now, who have been obviously from so much crap. But my God, dude, amount of money they're gonna make from this.
What would a popcorn bucket be for Mission Impossible? Maybe the timer going off, like a timer clock.
Just a Tom Cruise's head.
Maybe.
Like open here for the secrets to Scientology. I don't know.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll sell like hotcakes. Tom Cruise's head for Mission Impossible.
Maybe.
I'm sure they'll think of something. I wonder how much how much do you think the studios make off those popcorn buckets?
I don't know what the split is for the concession stuff and what those partnership things are like. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I do know,
Some of them are like 40, like you said, you had a $50 one. Snow White was selling, I think, a $46 popcorn bucket.
Well, by the way, the Minecraft ones were like, by the time when I went on Saturday, of the 13 different cube options they had, they only had 6 left because a lot of them were sold out. They had stacks and stacks and stacks of the stupid Snow White ones that nobody wanted. So yeah, it's great.
It's great. Like we were talking about that yesterday, how that popcorn bucket's become such a thing where you actually buy it, but you can't put popcorn in it, even though it's still labeled a popcorn bucket. So yeah, there we are.
People love that shit,
Like
man.
they don't want to put popcorn in their popcorn bucket, so they get a separate box.
The Masked Marble for $5. It'd be shocking if this movie was a bomb, given how big the game is. Yeah, I mean it's one of the best, if not the best-selling game of all time.
Of all time, yeah.
It has a massive, and not just player base, but active people watching people play Minecraft all the time. So, yeah, it's one of the things I was trying to point out when a lot of people said they thought it would flop. VJ the Vigilant Guitarist is MC, the new rock horror. Is MC the new
Help me
rock
out here.
horror?
Minecraft?
Maybe. You mean Rocky Horror? Is that what you mean? Like Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Where people know all the lines and they dance and they do. Oh, maybe that's not a bad. That's not a bad assumption.
Janelle's for $5. Never played Minecraft. Just assumed it was like Fortnite, a game for kids and figs. Look, man, Minecraft is fucking cool. I really like Minecraft. Yeah, I don't think that it's I don't think the game itself is just for kids. But I will say the content on YouTube is geared towards kids 1,000%. And that's one of the reasons it continued to blow up the way that it did. But I mean, you have people that started playing Minecraft 14 years ago, 15 years ago that still play it to this day.
Wasn't that guy Dream a Minecraft YouTuber?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was him. He didn't ever show his face. And then that one time he decided he's like, I'm going to show my face. He took his mask off and everybody laughed at him because he looked ridiculous. And so now he put his mask back on because he was tired of being like made fun of while he was streaming with his mask off. It's like, you've already shown it. Just go with it, man. He's like, no, I can't deal with it. So he like deleted all the stuff with his face, even though pictures everywhere.
Chicken Jockey.
Hey!
Number 3474 for $199. At dawn, we cluck. Tobias Nexus, Rooster Teeth had a ton of Minecraft content back in the day. Haven't seen it pop up much from my suggestions except a 100-day hardcore survival from one from Kia from the Salt Raiders. That was funny. There's a lot of Minecraft content on YouTube. These Webos, let's go Cougs. Make belts and boots out of the Gators and keep crying, Duke fans. Honestly, Houston doesn't deserve to be there. They got bailed out by a no call by the refs in the Purdue game. That was bullshit. And then they get kind of a bullshit call along with Duke collapsing down the stretch to give them the lead in that game. I hope Florida just beats the ever-loving fuck out of the Houston Cougars, personally.
Are we at the Sweet 16 moment yet?
Huh?
Are we at the Sweet 16? Or
the national championship is tonight.
There you go. Shows how much I've been paying attention to college basketball.
Florida Gators versus Houston.
Got to go with the home team.
The chat for 2. Jay is Josh and Testy because of fight training.
Yeah, I've been slacking. I have to picks back up today. Or not today, this week.
The chat for 2. Tron Ares trailer reaction. I love Tron.
Oh, I have never seen that either.
Maybe if we have
Tron
time.
Game right in the back there.
Shadow Saiyan for 5. Mission Impossible. Reckoning. Reckon. Reckless. Reckoned. The chat for then 2 says, that said, not sure about the new Tron.
Oh.
I'm not a big Tron guy. I barely remember the new one they came out with. Or I mean, the one that came out like 10 years ago or whatever. Tron Legacy. Is that what it's called?
I didn't care for the new one.
I barely remember any of it. I wasn't a huge fan of the original.
It was a
I don't know.
Big CGI, de-aging thing in there that people were complaining about. But some people did love it. So, hey.
Red Mage for 20. Hoping they'll put Dead Reckoning back into theaters just before this one. If they do a double feature with both movies at one of my theaters, I'd be down for that. I think that might be a little more possible than all 8 Mission Impossible movies in theaters doing that on a Memorial Day, lead up to Memorial Day weekend type of thing. I'd be down for it if they had a little special event. Our man, Linko Kenobi.
Holy crap, dude.
Linko Kenobi for $200. What's up, guys? I'm looking forward to Epic Universe. Can't wait until June to go live reviewing the park. Looking forward to Mission Impossible. Also, How to Train Your Dragon. Become successful. I'll see you guys at the FNT meetup. Jay, I hope to see you in Orlando on April 30th. Hail.
Yeah, I think April 30th will work. It's a Wednesday. So
you're off work.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll see you there, man.
So thank you very much for the $200, Linko Kenobi.
Jeez, very
Delta
generous of you.
Entertainment. Crazy son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, Epic Universe is going to be cool. Mission Impossible is infected by DEI. They made the planes buy. Yeah, they made the planes buy.
Planes. That was a good one.
Dark Knight Rider for 2. Could you cover all 5 Epic Worlds in 2 days? I think if you plan on spending the entire day there, you can do all of them in one long day.
Depending on, if the park stays open later like it's supposed to, so you could experience at night, if you get there at Rope Drop, depending on the crowds, it's possible. But if you're waiting over an hour per ride,
that's the question, right? It's going to be, do you have a fast pass? Are you willing to wait 2 hours for Harry Potter? Because we don't really know what those lines are going to look like in those first couple months. But I think if you are like, I want to do it all in one day, and they're open from 9 or 10 to 10 or 11, it's feasible.
Yeah,
but definitely in 2.
I think you're gonna find a land and want to just hang out there for a while, and really like soak it in, depending on something that you like. Because they play the theme music, they do it right. They play the theme music that all while we're in Burke, man. You just heard that. Dun, 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 dun. It was cool. It was cool.
How to Train Your Dragon's got great music.
Yeah.
David Cushmore for 10. Who would you want to win at WrestleMania 41? Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the men's WWE Championship. You want Cody Rhodes to remain or John Cena to break the record?
I'm always for Cena.
I'm always rooting for John Cena, even when everyone hates him. And even when everyone hates him because you're supposed to like him. Over on Rumble, Derek PG Beller for $1. I'd love to see Ryan on Piers Morgan go up against some crying beta. That'd be entertaining. They're in a different time zone. It's tough for me to make that work. But thank you very much, Derek. Garth Hughes for 5. Those McDonald's Minecraft toys look so stupid. No one would want those. I'll take 10. Yeah, McDonald's has adult Happy Meals that they're selling with Minecraft toys in them. The marketing's nuts for it.
When we were in line to get into Epic Universe, it didn't take no more than 5 minutes for someone to go, "Excuse me, is your name Ryan? I've got friends here that want to meet you." And Ryan's like, okay. And I was like, "Hi, I'm Jay." He's like, "Hi," and took Ryan off to the back, near the back of the line for some people to meet him.
Yeah, I knew that was going to give Jay ammunition for this story he always tells where everyone's asking to see me. But that literally happened. We're in line waiting to go through security and everything.
Security.
And a girl
That's
comes
nice
up,
that
she's
there's
like,
fans there.
"Yeah, is your name Ryan?" Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, am I in trouble or something?" She's like, "I have a friend back there. He watches you on YouTube all the time.
Yeah.
And he saw you when we were walking through the parking lot. If you could come back and say hi, it'd make his day." I'm like, "All right, that's cool." And Jay just looked, yep.
I was like, happened again.
Here we go again.
It's all good.
But no, it's very cool. Matt was
Matt. I got to meet him later.
I brought him up there to talk to Jay. He knew who Jay was too.
Yeah.
I think maybe he just saw me when they were walking. We were walking.
I was dressed like I was going fishing. I had Columbia, because I knew it was gonna be hot, so I had to dress appropriately. Not I would just die.
I dress normal.
Yeah.
Professor Savage Dad, Ryan's biggest investment in real estate he has between his hairline and his eyebrows. Florida land ain't cheap these days. And you're not wrong. I'm willing to rent it out. To anyone but Blue Eyed Scorpio. Emma, no gay, no pay way for 122. Saw MC Screener, the MC Theater different.
Minecraft Theater different? Oh.
You mean like when you see a screener versus watching in a theater with a bunch of people screaming and yelling? Naggernall for 5. Speaking of Minecraft, check out Jay's music channel, Mental Chill. There's a new chill Minecraft-esque video on there.
Oh, shout out, Naggernall. Thank you. Thank you, man.
But we do have to talk about another movie in the theaters. Ninroku for $1 over on Locals. Maybe Minecraft deserves more than a meme movie, but J and G should absolutely play Minecraft multiplayer. There'd be so many moments to clip.
It's possible.
I streamed Minecraft a couple of times on my channel back in the day.
I've never played it in my life, so I don't know how that would work out.
I think Jeremy even played it at one point. You know how Jeremy is. He's like, man, I just can't wait to get more into this world and see, you know, the kind of things you can do. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
3 days in.
3 days
do
in,
something else.
He's live on Clovercast. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. If I remember correctly. Where's my fucking Snow White? Here it is. Sorry. Wait, this is a completely different thing. I had a completely different Snow White one accidentally pulled up, but here's the one I want. Here's the one I want. And yes, Jay, in the aftermath of Minecraft, and by the way, I think the numbers have been updated. Minecraft officially at 163 million domestically.
Jeez.
163 million domestically. Did the international numbers come up at all either? Let me look.
Yeah, so it's even bigger than what we thought.
Yeah, let's see.
What they initially reported.
$307 million worldwide. So,
jeez.
Bro, that's a lot of fucking money.
It's yeah.
But
billions on the way.
It's easy to forget with Minecraft Mania taking over the box office that there's another big budget movie that's out right now for Disney. A movie that cost approximately 2 times as much as the Minecraft movie, for the record. And it's not going great. In fact, with these new numbers that we see from Minecraft in the United States in one weekend made more money than Snow White has made globally after 3 weekends. That's how bad it is right now. And we saw the reviews, we saw the audience rejecting it, we saw people refusing to go in theaters. And now when we look at this weekend, not only did Minecraft make more money in 3 days than Snow White has made in 3 weeks, but also Snow White falls to 4th. A Working Man beat Snow White, and Jesus beat Snow White. The Chosen Last Supper Part 2, which they're doing Fathom events to lead up to, eventually Easter. Seems very appropriate for The Chosen. In about 1,500 fewer theaters.
Jeez, man.
Beat Snow White. Almost double the per theater count for Disney's Snow White, which continues to fall and fall and fall. And now when we do look at this movie, $168 million worldwide for 3 weekends of release. Right now, it's on pace, Jay. Look, my guess was between 350 to 400. Your guess was 320.
Yeah.
We both would have lost if we were playing by Price is Right rules, but it looks like you're going to be a lot closer than I was. Projected for $195 to $210 million globally by the end of its run. This could end up making less than the Marvels.
What?
Less than the Marvels, Jay.
You would think like the name Snow White would just bring people in that don't follow this, that don't follow stuff on social media or anything like that. But no, not even, man, there is nothing that could save this film. Nothing. It's done. It's over. What are we looking at damages here? 300, 400 million.
Well, look, we can go through it. We can go through these numbers, right? So if it's fair to say it's going to make about $200 million at the box office at this point, give or take a little. When you'd have to divide up international versus domestic to get the real complete number, but a good thumb rule is about half, right? Because domestic, the studios get back a little over half from the box office money. Internationally, a little less than half, around 40% goes back to the studios. So they're going to make about $100 million in revenue from the movie. We know that the budget is likely well over $300 million, right? But to be conservative, because we don't know the exact numbers, we won't know until they're forced to reveal on their tax returns what the real number is. It is over $300 million on production budget alone. So $300 million. Marketing, bare minimum is $100 million, but it's more than likely $150 million, similar to something like Little Mermaid. So that would be between $400 and $450 million. These are all very conservative estimates for what Disney has spent on Snow White. So best case scenario, they spent $400 to $450 million on it. They got back $100 million from theaters, which means they lost over $300 million, likely over $350 million, potentially up to $400 million. That's how much they lost on Rachel Zegler's Snow White.
Yeah. She's not going to be working. Probably not with Disney anymore. I'd make that prediction, even though people are like, they're stupid enough to rehire. I don't. That number's way too big for them to consider her for anything else. I'm still like, I'm telling you, she's just going to do Broadway stuff for a while before she's considered to lead a film. That is
at least one of any note. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe co-star, maybe. So, but that is worse than the Indiana Jones.
The shining supernova turned into a black hole for Disney.
Man, even all their spin, #1 movie in the world, go watch. Even the early influencers that came out, called her supernova, said, hey, don't mind what people are saying. This is a great film. Don't listen to this. You guys are going to love it. The songs are memorable. Everything was great. Rachel Zegler shines. This is her movie. She is Snow White. Everything they said over and over still did not save this film whatsoever. People made up their minds. I'm not supporting this person.
Brutal.
Yeah, that's good Lord, man.
Brutal.
They'll go back. There'll be videos made like when this is all said and done. I mean, basically we've already called it, like all her political banter. Anybody that does that kind of stuff is they hurt anything that they try to do. Just like you said, like I don't remember, did Jason Momoa or anybody come out and say, I hope Trump supporters die or whatever? They never said anything like that.
Well, look,
I mean, we know where they
stand. We know Jack Black got into the hot water because of
and he quit his band,
right? The Tenacious D concert, and he separated from a longtime friend just because of that. But I will say this: when it comes to both of those guys, they might have whatever fucking political feelings they have. That's one thing. When you directly attach it to the movie,
exactly. That's right.
Right. If Jack Black had come out and been like, we know I'm a big Minecraft fan and everything, but we really thought this is an important time to change the message and talk about fascism because it's so relevant. So we made a Minecraft movie for the modern era to make sure that we could talk about those things that are really important right now, because look at Trump and, fascism is bad, everybody. If he had said something like that, there still would have been a lot of fucking young people going to it, but there would be a lot of parents who weren't willing to take their kids to it. Just like we saw with fucking Rachel Zegler, Snow White.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe they'll learn. Probably not. I guess we'll see what happens with the Lilo and Stitch press tour. Maybe they'll blame it. Here's what they're going to do. They're going to blame Snow White on tariffs. That's my guess.
It happened
It wa-
before. You can't do that.
It's the tariffs' fault.
What about the tariffs are actually active now, and Minecraft hit 300 million.
I know. I'm just saying they pass the blame on the most ridiculous things all the time that everybody knows.
On racist, sexist, bigots.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like no one believes that bull crap anymore. So why not? That's the popular thing to complain about. Tariffs. No one's getting their Switch too.
The Trillist for 199. Rest in piss to modern Disney Snow White. Andy plays games. Please 199 million so Jeremy can torture Ryan for years. Hope so. Yeah. Ministry of Wrong Thing for 199. Ricky Berwick has better legs than Snow White. You're not wrong. Vanessa for 5. Pedro Pascal called Trump supporters Nazis. He was just smart enough to not attach it to a movie, TV promotion.
Yeah,
You're not wrong.
Excellent point.
You're not wrong. And he publicly supported Rachel Zegler, by the way.
Yep.
Grabthar's Hammer for $10. Have a little tariff relief since now your stock portfolios have taken multi-millions in losses.
Oh, mine's hurting.
I got to be honest. I haven't even taken a dime in losses in my stock portfolio. I don't have one. So that makes that easy. But thank you. Thank you for the super chat or for the locals donation. Grabthar's Hammer.
Thank you.
And Jay, that's it. The Power Hour with Jay and Ryan, Geeks and Gamers Daily.
It's done.
Oh, and we just launched the Park Hoppin' vid, right?
I think so.
Would it come out 3 minutes ago?
It might have. I wasn't in charge of the launch. I just knew the time.
Well, if it was scheduled, then that's all.
Yeah, it's launched. So head over to Park Hoppin' and watch. Yeah, people are commenting first, even though they're not first. But yeah.
You know, we know how that is.
It's out.
Can we do? Yeah, I don't think that works. I was gonna say redirect to like a specific video, but I don't think that will work.
Maybe the mods could drop the video in the chat.
Yeah, that'll work if anybody can do that. So I was gonna try to raid Park Hoppin', but I don't think that can work, at least not right now, for some reason from Geeks and Gamers. So maybe we'll fix that. But you got anything going on today? You got your stream going on, Tombstone?
Yeah, we do have a Park Hoppin' live stream at 3 with me and Krista. We'll answer any questions about Epic that we can. And also at 6 o'clock on the Drunk 3PO channel, we are reviewing Tombstone. And we're going to do a Val Kilmer movie tier list with the crew over there, the Critic List crew. So check that out at 6 p.m. only on the Drunk 3PO channel.
There you go. SBZ actually went to see Chosen last weekend. To my surprise, the theater was almost sold out and full of young people too. There's still hope. But the Chosen is, I mean, obviously this is a long run for this show. And, you know, some people might not like this or that part of it, but overwhelmingly it's been very positively received. And you see the numbers they're doing with these little Fathom events thing at theaters. It's not like it's in 4,000, but people are filling out the seats when it is out. So I highly recommend going to see that as well. But that's it for us, everybody. Go check out the Epic Universe tour that me and Jay worked so hard on, sweating our balls off at Epic Universe. And we will talk to you guys later. Goodbye, everybody.